Esam by far, leader of APP Sobeya. Let's talk about...
But Peter, even before we move into another topic, do you really think that it is appropriate for the president of our country to utter such terrible statements, really? And now I even heard that the gala, the young Gambians who came out...
Gambians against looted assets.
Yes, protesting against corruption in this country. I understand that the government is going to launch a counter protest.
Oh, is that so?
That is shocking.
Well, it happens in other countries. You rally against the government, there's a counter rally.
But this is
Isn't this a mark of a democracy growing?
No. This is, in fact, a government that has lost its bearings, a government that has lost its vision, a government that does not know what it's doing. This is Gambians protesting about the malaise in their society. They did it peacefully. Young Gambians coming together to say, we are against the corruption in this country. Do something about it. Our president is someone who's held the holy book of his faith, in this case the Quran, and swore to Gambians that he would uphold the law and the constitution, which also includes fighting corruption. And your government is going on a counter rally against those people who are fighting against corruption. What are you promoting? Well, if the gala is fighting against corruption and they are coming with a counter rally against that, are they promoting corruption? Oh, woe betide us, this kind of government that we have.
Oh, well.
What is this? Who is advising this government? What is in their heads? They should be looking at the petition written by these young people and say, look, this is a terrible malice that is happening in our country. The young people are incensed about this. How do we solve this problem? That is what this government should be thinking about. They should be putting a blueprint in place that this is the way we would fight the corruption. This is the way we are going to solve this problem that these young Gambians have raised. These are the things that we must do to instill greater confidence in the minds of the Gambian people. But what are you thinking? Taysanteh, Ataganteh, can you them rally against these people to show them that we also have strength and power? My friend, you'll be wasting taxpayers' money. You'll be wasting our time. You won't be doing justice to the Gambian people. Respond to every point that these young Gambians have raised instead of attacking people, instead of doing crazy stuff like, you see, they want to waste people's time. And you know what they would do? They would place buses at different places and give some of these kids, these young people, some little money to go into these buses to come out and protest. In fact, to every young Gambian who they will bring to this so-called ill-advised protest, I am telling you that you are protesting against your own interest, because the gala is fighting for you. The gala is fighting for me. That's why I am gala. I am gala in the sense that I support what they are doing, for as long as it is done within the perimeters of the law.
They are accusing people in the opposition, like yourself, as, encouraging the actions of gala.
But I must encourage every Gambian in the exercise of your right. I'm not afraid of that.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
That is the benevolent thing to do. It's in fact my patriotic responsibility.
They call it manipulation. You're manipulating the young people, taking advantage of the same thing, you're saying they will be doing. Maybe you've, sponsored them and all of that.
Peter, well, I never did that. I would not do that. But even if I did, it would be within my rights to do so. And it is within the rights of every Gambian to come out and protest against terrible things we believe are happening in this country. That's why the law says that when you apply for a permit, you should be given a permit. You should not be denied a permit for unreasonable grounds. And that is why they were given a permit. Why didn't they deny it? They gave it because it is the constitutional right of the Gambian people. You cannot take it away from them.
And do you always agree with the conditions of these permits? Because initially they tried to push them to an area where they would have no visibility.
Yes, but that is also maladministration, because by pushing them into somewhere where they have no visibility, it's almost effective denial. You know, it's constructive denial, because really the whole essence of a protest is to be heard, be seen, and be heard. So by putting them away somewhere they would not be seen or be heard would be constructive denial. But for those who are attacking people like me for supporting the fact that Gambians are exercising their right, my friend, what are you thinking?
Okay.
You know, we remember Solo Sandeng. He went out even without a permit, and we all hailed him as a hero.
Well, we remember what happened to him as well.
Yes.
Sad though it is.
And it brought down that government. So if Barrow also wants to think that they can muscle the Gambian youth, let him think again. I am telling him, my brother, you are being ill-advised.
I want us to move on, sorry.
Thank you. But Peter, can I just say something about those thinking that we are manipulating these young people? Let me tell you, these are smart and highly educated young Gambians. So to think that someone sitting out there can manipulate these people, you are making a big mistake. These people are so fiercely independent. Nobody can do that. And don't underestimate them. You see, the problem with this government is they are underestimating these young people. They are smarter than most of them. They are more educated than most of them. They are more committed to patriotic causes than most of them.
If you know, what you said earlier on is to be taken, if they're going to rally thousands of young people, all right, to counter this protest, of course you would feel that young people are there to be manipulated. They lend themselves to manipulation.
But those people are different from the gala. They are different from the gala. Okay? So they are manipulating those young people who don't even understand the issues. If those young people understood that what they were going to do would be supporting people stealing their money, supporting people who is preventing them from having good schools, supporting people who are causing them not to have good medical care, supporting people who are causing them not to have good opportunities in Gambia, do you think they will support them? They will not. But they are misguiding these people, telling them, we are going to show them, we are going to fight for Gambia's democracy. What democracy is being threatened that they are fighting for? The gala, their protest, I was not here, but from what I saw on the videos, it was most peaceful. In fact, came prayer time, they went up and prayed.
Yeah, we saw that.
So what is the threat to Gambia's
democracy? Leave Gala alone. Let's move on. Let's talk about election deposits and a new IEC, if you like.
Well, we all welcome a new IEC, definitely, because Mr. Njai was old and tired, and I'm sure
Alaji Momar Njai.
Yes, and I'm sure he no longer have the stamina really. To do this.
We all need some additional coffee.
Yes, that's right. so it's great that
we will try. No, the girls are hearing. Yes. They will try. They will bring the coffee.
Fantastic. So it's great to have a new IEC, and I congratulate our brother Mr. Colley on his appointment.
Joe Colley.
So he also sings Recta Sapere.
Yes, absolutely.
Like all of us. So I wish him well. It's a very onerous responsibility.
It is.
And I am sure he's alive to the fact. I have seen some of the criticisms that have been leveled against him.
Even God is criticized.
Yes. So I do want to believe he's a saints man. I want to believe that the discipline that's been instilled in all saints people would also be found in him. I am sure that he's alive to the fact that this is not about a person who appointed him. This is about our country. So, and I pray to God that God helps and guides him in the right direction. And I am confident that he would do the right thing. And that's where I would leave it. I can only wish him luck and pray that he has the strength of character to deliver to the wishes and aspirations of the Gambian people. Beyond that,
election deposits.
I think Barrow is trying to create a de facto one-party state. Nobody sees it. Nobody is talking about it. I raised it at Kerfatu. There is no easier way of creating a de facto one-party state other than by making it almost a near impossibility for most people in the country to participate in the democratic space. If you make it such that people cannot afford to run for election, the field is free for you.
But how is that Barrow's fault? This is a decision taken in the National Assembly.
Yes, but if you have
an independent co-equal arm of government.
No, but if you have a majority,
then
in Parliament,
blame the majority leader.
No,
Honorable Bile Tunkara.
No, I blame the president for promoting that bill. Because it is the president's idea, it is the president's bill that went to Parliament and was passed. But don't worry, we will challenge this as unconstitutional, because our democracy is not in the exclusive reserve of those who have money. It's not for the haves to the exclusion of the have-nots. We would not accept that. We would go to court and challenge this as unconstitutional, and I do hope.
Is there room to challenge this thing in time for the 2026 election?
Well,
knowing the way things can drag in the courts in this country,
we have to have confidence in the Supreme Court that they will do the right thing. But clearly, this law is unconstitutional. Remember, Peter, the first legislative act of the Barrow government was to go to Parliament and change 2 or 3 laws. One was the age limit for president and vice president. You remember that?
Yes.
The 2 is the deposit to run for elections. And 3 is cross-carpeting. They changed that. What has happened to them?
Well, they have realized that they did the wrong thing, so they have come back to rectify.
So they are now aligning their views with Jammeh.
Well, because it's the 1997 Constitution.
But this is the problem. Barrow is hijacked by Jammeh people, and he is coming out worse than Jammeh. Jammeh never espoused.
Barrow is coming out worse than Jammeh.
Yes. Apart from the human rights violations and the killings, Barrow is the best user of the law to really hamstrung the Gambian people. Trust me on this. I mean, if you look at the law, Barrow is using the law. He used the law to kill the 2020 People's Constitution. Okay? He used the law to force us to either accept Jammeh powers for him or to give him new powers that he wants. And nothing in between. So it's a game. So he's mastered the art of dirty politics, of pushing his will through the use of the law. That is what Jammeh used to do. But Barrow has mastered that art. And look, now we have a dictatorial constitution. We have to like it or not. We must have that, or we give him what he wants.
What's dictatorial in the 1997 Constitution?
Everything. It's the structure of the Constitution and the powers of the president. The president has the power to dismiss a judge.
In the 1997 Constitution?
Yes. Even though I don't agree with the provisions in the way they're interpreted. But he says a judge may have his or her appointment terminated by the president. If you ask me to interpret that, I would say that is also a duplication of the power to resign, because it's at the instant of the judge. A judge may have. Okay? It's not the president may. It says a judge may have. But it's been interpreted as the power of the president to terminate the appointment of judges. So if Barrow would have that, I know he's never used it. And we have to be fair to Barrow as well. Even though he's got all those powers, by and large, we have not seen him use them in a bad way.
Is there a danger of him being pushed into ever using them?
Yes, there is a danger because
Particularly
we've seen him changing every day. I mean, the other day he said, these people, they made me so angry that I can't sleep at night. Well, that is tipping point. That's dangerous. And with the kind of advice that he's getting, I think it's a dangerous situation. Look at this counter-protest that they're going to do. What are they protesting?
Against what Gala, you know, I mean...
Well, Gala is against corruption. Are they for corruption? So it therefore means that they are protesting for the preservation and maintenance and promotion of corruption in this country. Well, that is the height of the principles of Nafolo Pisir Pasar. Spend all the government money in a reckless way, and nobody would hold you accountable.
We have 10 minutes before the next commercial break. Let's try to push in as much as possible. Talk about diaspora voting, because yet again, you know, people in the diaspora. I have 2 daughters out in the diaspora. They still can't vote. Well, they'll tell you, well, okay, let them travel back to the Gambia and.
I am telling you, this is a massive violation of the rights of the Gambian people. Is a massive violation of provisions of the Constitution. Is a massive disregard to the decision of the Supreme Court of the country, and for which Barrow's government should be punished by the Gambians at home and also Gambians in the diaspora. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, this is your birthright, this is your constitutional right. You feeding all of us in this country. You should have a right to have your say in how our country is governed. And because they are denying you of this right, you must punish this government for doing so.
How?
I encourage all of you to send money to the opposition so that we can get this government out. I am encouraging all of you to tell all your people in this country to vote against the Barrow government, because it is a terrible government that does not respect their rights. They are only good to send money in the Gambia, but they are not good for anything else. The moment people in the diaspora talk about how their country is run, the Barrow government gets diarrhea, and then they go about and say all sorts of crazy things. Like they attack diasporans by telling them, you cannot even build Gunugaran in this country. Well, we've seen all these beautiful story buildings in this country. They cannot be built by Gambians in the Gambia, except if they would steal money, or they are in big businesses. So the diaspora is important in this country. They contribute 31% of GDP, and that is formal diaspora remittances.
Yes, that is true.
If you would talk about the informal too, I think it would be half of GDP. This is the most important demography for Gambia. We cannot joke with them. We cannot play with them. A government led by APP Sobeya would embrace the diaspora. We would take them as partners in development. We would open up the doors for them to be able to invest in their country. Not to do what they have done to me, bring you in, take your money, and they muscle you out and prevent you from achieving your project. No, never would that happen again in this country. We will make sure that people in the diaspora are given the opportunities and are assisted to invest in their country. Give them the opportunity, lay out the red carpet so that they can achieve great things in their country, just like they are achieving great things abroad. That is the only way we can develop Gambia. We cannot develop this country by preventing those amongst us who are able to put in money in our economy, casting them aside, putting roadblocks ahead of them. We cannot develop by
doing that. We know what's happening to diaspora. What about the voters, those of us who are here? Those of us who go to the polls, cast our ballots, which are counted ultimately, and somebody is declared winner. Don't we have a responsibility to diasporans, our fellow Gambians who are not resident in this country, for good reason? You know what is happening now? A lot of people in the diaspora are telling their people, vote for SRFAL next election. If you don't vote, my friend, maybe less money would be coming. I don't subscribe to the idea less money coming in, but they should encourage their people to vote for the progressive candidate, to vote for APP Sobeya. We have the solutions to the problems of this country. We are the party that can unite Gambia. We are the party that can bring reconciliation in this country. We are the party that can bring respectability and integrity in government. We are the party that can lay the foundations for peace, progress, and prosperity in this country. The government has been to Mauritania, issued identity documents to Gambians who are in that country. They plan to do in other African countries. What's APP Sobeya's position on this? You see, this is why I say that Barrow has become an expert in using the law
to do things that would advantage him politically. There is nothing absolutely wrong in the law to issue ID cards to Gambians abroad. Because the first step is that Gambians abroad and Gambians at home are equally entitled to carry the documents of the country, but equally, the rights to vote. But what are they doing?
What are they doing?
Let's look at it. Let's look at the intent of their actions.
What's the intent of their actions?
The suspicion is that it's for vote padding.
Oh.
How do you pad your votes? Is you give a cross-section of society the opportunity to be able to vote with the expectation that they are going to vote for you. We have seen a lot of people registered who are not Gambians, but they are living along the border.
You have seen that?
I have seen that. In fact, the other day, an NPP surrogate.
An APP or
No,
NPP?
NPP. Nafulo Pisir Pasar. I have a new name for them. I will release that sometime later.
I will go with National People's Party.
I will call them Nafulo Pisir Pasar. Gambia la Nafulo. Parti Minke Pisir Pasar. Wolem NPP. Nafulo Pisir Pasar. But I have seen one of their surrogates telling communities along the borders, your sons who are in those villages, they should come and be registered. Give them attestations so that they will be registered. We all know that this is a system that is abused. You give attestations to non-Gambians, they have Gambian papers, are entitled to vote. We have seen it during the Jammeh era. You would do it for people around the Casamas, in the belief that because you share a common heritage, they would also vote for you. Well, that was Jammeh. And for the Barrow, you do it around the Kabada area and around the Basse area.
Ah.
So this is just in theory the suspicion of the people.
So it's for vote padding according to Esam Baifal.
If what is said is true, then it means it's vote padding. It is illegally giving an opportunity to a non-Gambian to vote in the elections and thereby determine who is going to be the next president of the country. It is immoral, it is unconstitutional, it is criminal. And all of us must condemn it. It's the same thing as buying votes during elections time. We've seen the things that they do. They will come and give you sakumalo, or they come and give you cooking utensils for you to vote for them. It's only the government that can do that at a large scale. And we saw it happened so many times last elections. I complained about it. But they'll tell you this is African elections. This is what they do. I say no. This is Gambian elections. Our law is against it. And it must stop. And my people in this country, when they come and give you their $300 or $1,000 and sakumalo, take it as this is your money and vote against them and kick them out.
You criticize government's, youth and women's development project. I'll read you a headline from today's The Standard. Gambia secures $19.9 million to boost rural youth and women's resilience. That has to be welcome news.
I would laugh at that. Peter, next year, this time, do a study to see whether that project is a success or a failure. I am telling you, Gambia is the place where beautifully written projects come to die. A lot of these projects put money in the pockets of the implementers, and the Gambian people pay the price of paying the debt and not benefiting much from it. Okay. You see, these are band-aid solutions to our problems. APP Sobeya party would not be looking for these minuscule investments in the youth and women of this country. $19 million.
No, 1.9.
1.9 million.
Sorry, 19.9. Let's say 20 million.
20 million. You think we are fools. You think we are stupid. This is suel. Like chickens you put. I'm telling you. Look, we are 3 million people. You are telling me 19, 20 million. APP Sobeya is calling for an investment of no less than $50 million a year for 5 years in Gambian youths. You're telling me $20 million for Gambian women and youth. This is pittance.
Okay.
This is a joke.
And very quickly, since we are said to be an agrarian society, a society based on agriculture, government seems to be investing a lot in agriculture, haven't they? Recently, Peter, there was a $68 million project.
Peter, you see, there is no country in this world that has developed without it being able to first feed itself.
But that's what we are, moving towards. But with all these projects that they tell you they are in the lower river and central river regions.
Look, so amee xalaat bu tuuti nga am ideas yu tuuti nga am xol bu tuuti doo mën a def lu rëy. This is a government of little minds. Little minds in the sense that their objectives and ambitions are too small. Peter, to transform the agriculture of this country, we need the 4 M's: man, money, machines, and mentality. Okay. We have to put in a lot of money. We have to bring in a lot of men and women. We have to ensure that we put in lots of big machines. We have to ensure that the Gambians have the right mentality so that we can transform our agriculture, be able to feed ourselves, and save $300 million every year. You're telling me $68 million. This is small thinking. Ours is holistic. We are thinking big. We are thinking about an agrarian revolution in this country to ensure. In fact, I am talking to Wageningen University, which is the best agriculture university in the world. 20 years running, it is #1. I am bringing them in Gambia to help do a model farm. It's going to be part of the Lighthouse project of, Lighthouse going to show the way, But maybe they would even block it because all they do is block projects. I am also bringing in a health project. It's going to be solutions for health.
Well, it won't be bigger than what they are planning for Farato.
But it cannot be bigger. I am an individual. Okay. They are a government. But I can assure you that ours would be much more impactful. Much more impactful because, rest assured, there isn't going to be any corruption. There isn't going to be, except if government would block it. But that's what they do. Gambians, for as long as you are in the diaspora, you come and you invest in this country. If you're not putting money in their pockets, this thing is blocked. Okay. We've seen it happen every time here in this country.
I tell you this every time you're here. All right,
Peter, there is so much to say, and you know why? Because we have a terrible government that is not delivering the goods for the Gambian people.
We are coming back, and when we come back, I will involve the listeners.